I'm Alice Chemama and I'm from Paris in France. I chose Yellowstone for several reasons. First one is that it has a big population of grizzly bears and black bears, and that's what I'm interested in. It's also an historic place because it's the first national park in the world. It's within one of the last ecosystems preserved in the North Hemisphere. And also because it's a very ambivalent place because it's both wild and highly frequented by tourists. It requires very unique organizations. I'm not sure yet on how I'm going to represent bears. I'm still in the process. I'm just in the middle of my residency. But for now, what I can say is that it's very different to experience the presence of bears around you, around your house, around the park. It's different from just seeing it in a book or in a movie. My first idea coming here was to observe how humans relate to bears, and I was looking for maybe written or even oral stories in order to observe how fiction and storytelling can influence the way we perceive wildlife. But when I arrived here and started living here, I realized the bear is real, it can be anywhere, and it's part of people's lives here. And I think I'm really focusing on that, on the current situation and the way people manage to live with it, more than looking for stories. Yep, absolutely. So they told me you were a bear addict, so
Yep.
I wanted to ask you a few questions.
Absolutely.
About it,
Yeah, I'm glad you came out here. It's pretty much what I think about all day, every day. On my free time, I am out in the wild looking for bears. And when I can't be out there, I have trail cams up looking for them. That's where I get most of my action, is on the trail cams, because I've realized kind of in this area, they tend to travel at night.
And where do you put your trail cam? How do you know that on this spot there may be a bear?
That's a really good question. So when I first started doing trail cams, I would just put them on any trail, sort of.
Like a human trail?
Yeah, just a lot of human trails or game trails as well. And I began to realize that I wasn't getting as many bears as I wanted. I mean, every now and then you'll get a bear here and there, but what I realized is that you really have to put cameras where bears are going to be visiting more often. So let's say like a tree rub where bears are marking their scent.
How can you recognize a tree?
So a tree rub is an area where you'll see mud and you'll see lots of hair on there.
Oh, they leave their hair on
They
the
leave their
bark.
hair, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, on the bark. So what they're doing when they do that is they're trying to leave a scent to let other bears in the area know that they're there. And
To let you know
yeah,
that they are here.
Yep, to let other bears and stuff know that too.
For this upcoming book, I wanted things to be different. I wanted it to be more of a fiction book. But now that I'm here and that I'm facing the reality of this place, I feel like sometimes reality is just great and you just want to tell it to everybody and you don't need to invent something else. So I'm a bit torn between those two possibilities, like writing a fiction but also telling my experiences here. As an outcome of this project, I would like to draw a graphic novel. For this residency, I'm supported by my publisher and also by a magazine which provide information, but drawn information. So I think maybe in my upcoming book, there will be a reportage, but also maybe a mix with fiction. But I have to find a way that makes two of them compatible. So I think we have to remember that we are a part of a community of species, and so there is not human on one side and bears and elks and trees on the other. And even if you don't care about wildlife and going out, I want to show you that it's important to protect them, because while protecting them, you also protect humans. If you want to live in a sustainable world and enjoy, the forest and all of this, you have to protect those animals too.